Washington Junior is a Kenyan youth, age 25. I was born in 1996, May. Then after 3 years, I lost my biological mom. Since then in 2004, I lost my biological dad. I would say that life has never been a cup of tea. Neither has it been a walk in the park. I'm from a family of 4. I'm the last born in our house. I've got an elder sister, then a brother. My brother called us saying, when I came back from school after finishing my exams, I hospitalized my brother for like 1 week, then he passed a week after my KCSE. So that also, uh, it really, I really felt it as a person, because sisters are people who will be married somewhere else, but now a brother is somebody who will always stay there in the same homestead for a very long time. So I really felt the impact of all this, and I even worried that, God, why is all this happening to me? So what this life serves me as an individual, I'll just have to rise up and fight it head on without giving up that, oh, I'm now an orphan, I don't have, no. So after that, I've stayed with my grandmom for a very long time. Yeah, but regardless, I'm still pushing on, and by God's grace, when the results for KCSE came, I scored an A minus of 79 points, and I got a calling letter from University of Nairobi to study Bachelor of Commerce. Though I had some interest in veterinary medicine and law, but now my cutoff points couldn't meet that one, so I just went to business school. While in business school, when I got this admission, remember I've told you that my parents, who I could pay for me my school fee and the rest, were not there. So I've been surviving the hands of well-wishers, people who saw that something can come out from me, or rather I can make it with education. Yeah, so they paid my cousin. He paid my school fee in the high school. It's called Milton. You know him? Yeah, he paid my school in high school, my school fee in high school, because we used to pay around 60,000 a year in high school. So paid that one, and I finished. Then got admitted to the university. Still, he was the person who was paying for my tuition fee, accommodations, and all these more other expenses like the upkeep, the pocket money, and so on. Yeah, so after Form 4, as I told you that in the village you are either going to cut sugarcane, ride motorcycle. I came to Nairobi, and when I came to Nairobi, I was staying with my cousin in Embakasi. So in Nairobi, I've done so many things as I was waiting to join campus. I used to go to a nearby car wash cars, and at least get something out of it. I've also tried to perform these set books and so on. Even now, I still cram those set books. I've also been, I'm a number for like 3 weeks of those Embasava coming to town, because see, there was nothing that I could do to give me maybe money, and I also needed to pay for my expenses like airtime for calling my girlfriends and so on. So after then, I joined the University of Nairobi. At the university, I remember by then life was still not a cup of tea or a walk in the park. It was just survival for the fittest. You just there to live. Yeah, so all these things brought together, they aspire me, or rather motivates me as an individual to really work hard. Because even in high school, nobody came for my visiting. I think my cousin only came once to visit me in high school. Even on the prayer day, nobody came. So I said, this one, if at all my parents were alive, my biological parents were alive, they would have been here and celebrate this joy and so on with me. But shockingly, there's nobody who could come from home to come and see me. And you remember very well, we used to ban. Yes, ban, and yes. So sometimes I could just go home, come back to school, even with the 200 bob, 100 bob for your fare, then the other 100 bob you survive with it. I always say that were it not that we were being fed in high school, I think I would have died. Were it that we were to spend, or rather everybody was eating his money like in campus, that there's no, you only eat what you have. I think personally I would have died, because sometimes a term can go. In one term I get 200 bob for my pocket money. That was not enough. But now, because we are given food, lunch and so on, we survived it, and here we are. So there's a story that sometimes I really plan to write a book about myself, because I think I've really gone through a lot. Right now people can see me, oh, Washington is really doing good, but they never know what we've really gone through up to where we are now. There's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of challenges that comes your way, but all in all, we just say, ni God. My political life, or rather my political journey, started way back in primary school. During you see, in primary school, only bright people, those who are like the best in classes, used to be prefects and so on. So I started to be number one in, I think, baby class. So in baby class, I was chosen by the teachers, by our class teacher by then. She was called, I think, Madam Mrs. Nyayari, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So when I was chosen the class prefect in class 1 up to class 6, I was class prefect. When I entered upper primary now, that is class 7 and 8, I was assistant head boy, and then in class 8, when I was doing by the time I was sitting for my KCPE, I was the head boy of the school. It then went ahead to secondary school at Gwamrondo Hill Mixed Secondary School. That's where I did my Form 1. And because I was so bright, I think my parents said I'm too much far away from this one. I need a competition. So I proceeded to Kodero Boys Secondary School in Rongo in Form 2. And during that time, I think they introduced this system of electing leaders all the way from high school. I think by then, that's where I started to get involved into these leadership things and politics. After that, I proceeded to University of Nairobi School of Business, and I met at the university. That is where now my political journey, or rather my leadership life, really got intense, because I had the opportunity to interact with different people, the likes of Babu Owino. I joined campus when Sonu was Sonu by then. Due to I was so much outgoing, vocal in my first years. So as a result of this, I got to interact with people like Babu Owino, the longest serving Sonu chairman. And after a while, I served as a class representative to congressman representing these halls of residence for students. Then after that, elections came in 2017, and I was at the forefront for the Babu Owino campaigns at Lower Kabete campus. when he got the position, I was nominated as a secretary to the office of chairman. That is the office of Bobo Wino. That is somebody we've really worked for a very long time with him, and all my leadership or other political journey, I think, has got a very special history about him, because he nurtured me, he mentored me towards this journey, and by the time I was in my last year in the university, I served as the president for School of Business, Kabete campus. Yeah, so from the position, the presidency thing really made me to believe in myself that indeed I can do something as a young youth. No human is limited. We really have unlimited opportunities as far as leadership is concerned. Yeah, so I think that's briefly my leadership and political journey. In my fourth year, when I was almost exiting campus, I started a professional association called Migori County University Students Association. It's an umbrella body for all university students whose roots can be traced back from Migori County. So this is an association that regardless of which university you are or you're in a college, it encompasses, or rather it brings together all these people at tertiary levels of education. So this is an association we're very professional, and God willing, we were to have some event last year, but due to COVID-19 and everything, we couldn't have the conference, the Migori County Youth Conference. As things are opening up, Migori County University Students Association plans to have an event in December. We have a chat as youths. We bring on board very wonderful speakers, people who are good in the industry as well, to talk to our youths. We get to learn from these people, how are they doing it outside there, that we as youths from Migori County can as well emulate and do the same. So this is an association that we really look forward to mentor even way back to high school. We are planning to have high school visits. People in campus, we go to high schools, we mentor these people, the ones in high school, and just share our experiences and everything about campus, which they will join some other day. I think my political ambitions as far as I'm concerned now is that one day I represent the people of Awendo constituency in the August House, that is the Parliament of Kenya, God willing. And beyond that, I also look forward that one day, given the time, the opportunity, I think I will be governor for Migori County. Next year is so soon, because this COVID-19 really, I would say, it has destabilized me as far as my next year political life was concerned. I was actually planning to be in the ballot come 2022, but now because of some technical issues here and there, I'm reconsidering. But this is something I can't deny or confirm. Maybe things can happen within these 10 months. Is it 8 or 10 months? Yeah. Maybe things can happen and things can change, and even tomorrow you can hear, hey, I'm going for the position. The politics in Kenya at the moment, we are already in a very tensed campaign mood, rather. And as it stands, it's a two-horse race as things stand. It's Raila and Ruto, and we see the president really rooting for opposition leader. So I would say the state of politics now is just a two-horse race. There's nothing much that can be added. As a youth, I would urge my fellow youths to rise up to the occasion and go for these positions. Remember, youths add up to 68% of the total population, meaning we are the majority. So, and for a very long time we have been enjoyed that youths are the leaders of tomorrow. I think that tomorrow is now. I would urge my fellow youths to rise up and go for these positions, because otherwise we will always be used, reused, and reused again and again. Here come, here go. So the best solution I would advise our users, if you have the capacity, you have the ability, it's not all about money. You remember this Igembe South MP was campaigning using motorbike. Was it a motorcycle? Motorcycle or motorbike, whatever it is. And he won. So I want to urge my fellow users, regardless whether you have the money, you don't have it, if you feel you can do something that can impact the life of your people, rise up and go for it, and don't allow it to be used. Personally, I'm actively on social media, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. So I also have a Facebook page for my campaigns. Yeah, so those who would wish to get me on Facebook is just Honorable Junior Washington. So if you search it, it will bring you the page and the private personal account now. Currently, the plans are underway. But currently we have a platform called Tujijenge Youth. Tujijenge Youth, we are all over in social medias and so on. If you search Tujijenge Youth, these are youth empowered initiative. This is where we get to talk to youths about leadership. We do a lot of community services like street cleaning, we visit children's homes and so on. So with this Tujijenge Youth, we look forward to empower, mentor, and also nurture the upcoming leaders, those who would wish to be leaders one day, rather join active politics in the near future.